And welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. The temperatures are dropping, and that means it's time for Southeast Termite and Pest Control to come by your home and prevent bugs and wildlife from creeping into your crawl spaces, basements, attics, and more. They can do it, whether it's bugs and little critters or big creatures, raccoons and such. They can keep them out of your home and your office for that matter. Call Southeast Termite and Pest Control today. All right, it's time for 3 up and 3 down. We got Willie Raincloud and Sunshine Sterling, and that means Team Raincloud versus Team Sunshine. Oh, let's go ahead and take a look down here. Team Sunshine's awful happy today. All right, there we go. Let me introduce the members of Team Sunshine down there. VFL Daniel Hood, VFL Sterling Hinton. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here.
It's love.
Let's get right into this thing. It's going to be easier finding the ups than the downs today, which has been rare this year. That's a good thing.
Yes.
Daniel and Sterling, who are you going to start with? Who's the number 1 up yesterday?
You know, we were going to start with Daryl Taylor, of course, the great game he had yesterday, but there's been so much rain coming on this offensive line all year. You got to give him a shout out to rushing over 200 yards, one sack, 1 quarterback pressure, but you got to get rid of those tackles for a loss. There's still 9 tackles for a loss.
All right, so we're going O-line. The whole O-line gets
give
the
him
up.
some love, especially Drew Richmond. He showed up yesterday.
Okay, you guys call an
My
audible.
man.
He did mention Daryl Taylor, though. 7 tackles, 4 sacks, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery.
Yes, sir.
Hadn't seen a performance like that since my teammate Corey Miller got
Awesome.
4.5 back in 2013.
All right, very good. And who's down? Who's got the first down?
We're going to start off with the running back core. We have 2 running backs, Chandler and London. They put the ball on the ground. We're not good enough to get the ball away, so it's not excusable. But Chandler, you know, he's working. Fumbles are going to happen when you're breaking tackles and working like that. But London, first time you get the ball in the game, 1 carry, you can't put the ball on the ground. You're a big running back.
Hit your own offensive line.
Yeah,
so nobody
true.
can hit you. You run into a guy and drop it. That's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, Chandler, we bragged on Chandler earlier, but I guarantee you Pruitt's going to be on him harder than you were right there with the fumbles. He mentioned as soon as the game ended, he said, well, we tried to give the game away there. One of the cool things I like about Jeremy Pruitt is that kind of honesty. He sounds like an old grumpy coach, which I like that side of it. All right, Sterling and Daniel, who's number 2 on the up team?
Number 2 up. I mean, that's why I got the dark side orange right now. Can you believe it? An offensive guy going to the defensive side? Shy Tuttle showed up yesterday, bar none. It might be the first time in his career he's fully healthy. I saw the potential of the guy that we signed as a freshman. Shy Tuttle played football yesterday. Hats off to you, man, young man. Shy Tuttle balled out.
I think everybody would agree with that.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Great
Had the block as well on the kick. So,
come on, man.
With his face mask. Got his face in there.
Don't matter, he made it happen.
Oh, I know.
It's a lot of man.
All right, who's the next down?
Well, you know, having to find some, you have a guy that makes a great play in Osborne, gets a pick to basically
2
close.
interceptions yesterday and the clincher.
Yeah, to close out the game, but then basically tries to hand it right back. I mean, you got to be in a game like this. You're not good enough to make those kinds of mistakes. And that's a game that that's a play. You get on the ground, ball game, right? You don't try to make something else happen.
We talked about it last week. Bryce Thompson got on the ground with the interception.
Right.
All right, DB.
No. You got to like what Osborne did.
Pruitt didn't. He called it out after the game.
Pruitt
He didn't like it.
Coach. He was being a grumpy coach right there because the game's over. You've been getting beat up all year for not having a good season. You know, it's garbage time. You get a pick, and that was the single most selfless play of the game. You want your boys to get in on it. I can't score a touchdown. Maybe you can. So I don't know.
Yeah.
The game's over.
Right now, people are saying, "No, wait a second. He's upset with running backs putting the ball on the turf, but his own position. Okay,
We don't get the ball.
So, all right.
So we can put it on the turf.
All right. We need. So that's your 3
Yes,
down. That's
our
all we
3
got.
down.
Up. Who's the last up?
Last up, the same guy who keeps getting up every single week, Jared Garantano. I mean, the toughness this guy is displaying at the quarterback position needs to be recognized on a national level. And the fact that he gets up and performs every time his number is called when he's able to is an incredible attribute to his mental, not only his physical. Jared Garantano.
You were a quarterback at Tennessee. We've seen a lot of quarterbacks at Tennessee who haven't completed 146 consecutive passes without an interception. He's the first guy to go that far and stretch that streak that far. He's now the record holder. A lot of people have been calling for the other quarterback. Hard to argue with a guy that, again, that position. Would you like to have a playmaker that's doing things, wowing people all over the field like a Josh Dobbs or a great all-star quarterback like a Peyton Manning? Sure you would.
Absolutely.
But coaches will tell you, take care of the football. And when you've got a guy who's taking care of the football for 146 straight passes, That speaks for itself.
Good.
And I think the most impressive part of that is it's not like he's been clean. It's not like he's had
Yes.
the offensive line of the early 2000s. He's been doing it, getting hit every single game, every single play, and still just gets up and delivers perfect balls.
Oh man, and his delivery, his patience, and people have the luxury of saying what they would have done. Picture that. I'm just saying.
Spoken like a true quarterback who didn't
Absolutely.
like talk radio. All right. When we come back, or a little later actually, we're going to talk to some of these guys about Jeremy Pruitt and the fact that he is always coaching on the sideline. Always. What impact does that have on a team? Do players buy in more because of that? But coming up next, there are a lot of different opportunities for this team ahead. It can still win 8 games, which is unbelievable. Technically, it could still lose 8 games. That's how wide a range this is. We'll talk about bowls and everything else next on the Sports Source. Coming back.